being accountable and holding other people to account. This is an interesting subject, because often when people let you down, you don't know what's going on in their head, and it upsets you. And like in our situation, if say tradesmen don't turn up on time, or tradesmen don't do what they say they're going to do, it can kind of wreck the whole plan for a job. So it's important that you have the right people in the beginning. I think if you've got to constantly hold someone to account, chase them up, you're actually dealing with the wrong people. You want people on your team that you don't need to hold to account, that you have trust, that just show up and do the thing they know to do. All right, so that's the first thing. The next one is about making and keeping promises. So when it comes to promises, most people only ever make promises they know they can keep. That's what we're taught. Make promises you can keep. Don't let people down. The problem with only making promises you can keep is it actually keeps you small. So one of the things that I've learned is to make a promise I don't know I can keep, right? Then go out and find a way to keep it. Like whatever it takes. When you've made the promise, it's like, whoa, I've got to get this done. It kind of gives you no choice. And that's how I think about it. So often I might have all the trades I've got are all booked out. Someone's got an emergency job. I'll say, yes, I can do it. We'll be there tomorrow. Now, when I make the promise, do I know we can do it? Not exactly. But I make it anyway, and then I go about fulfilling on the promise. So it's a different way of thinking about promises, because it stretches you, it expands you, it makes you think differently, and you have to create something, right? So I love the idea of making promises you don't know you can keep, then going out and making them, and then making it come true. The third thing is called a buffer. If you're going to make a promise, right, you've got to have buffers in place. So if things go wrong, you still get to keep the promise. That's what it means. So a simple promise I make is I meet lots of people to do quotes, right? So I always allow 15 to 20 minutes for things to go wrong. And I call that my buffer. And if I get there early, that's fine. I tell you, one thing I've learned is you can never, you can't be late if you're early. And I love having a buffer, and I love getting there early. It's like, even if you've got to wait for the person, it still shows respect to that person's time, that you're not making them wait and you've kept your word. The last thing about this is when other people make promises for you. So for me, I have a whole team of tradesmen, and they promise me every day where they're going to be, what they're going to do and all that. And I promise that to my clients. So I'm making a promise on someone else's behalf, right? So my job is to make sure that these people, that my tradies keep their promises. And, I'll often just send off a text, he's all good, everything good today, we all on track, and then I know that everything that I've given my word to is happening. And communicate it to the client, respect the client, give them, and not only respect the client, respect the tradesman as well, but do everything you can to make sure your team is keeping their promises and making big promises. And when you do that, you're going to grow, you're going to be respected in the industry, because a lot of people don't keep their promises, especially in our trade industry, unfortunately. And this is a chance, one of the ways that you can show up and stand out. So I hope that helps you. If you're making promises, and you should be, big ones, keep them. Ciao for now.